And welcome along and welcome to this first look at Ballam Rd Dairy Farming. This map, of course, is based on a real location, that being the farm of Tom Pemberton up in Lancashire. And yeah, this is an interesting map. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to a map from Tom Pemberton's farm life, or based around that series. And yeah, this is it. This is a map that certainly fits that bill. It is based on the farm from that series, as I said, and I don't know how I am at the moment on here. It's really interesting. There's some really nice stuff that I've seen. There's so much detail in these sheds. I mean, just going through these sheds and these barns and things, you know, there's a massive amount of detail that's been put into the main farm here. But driving around the map on the way here, there's also a few rough edges around it as well. So we're going to cover this. We're going to have a look around the whole thing, and I will point out both the good and the bad. I will say, as always, I don't tend to put out a first look video unless I would recommend the map. So very much, if you're seeing this, I do recommend this map. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one to play. So let's head back to the main house, and where we've got our Land Rover, and I will take you over the land on here quickly. And so yeah, it's a strange map from the point of view of the PDA. The PDA has quite a few fields on it. Being a real location, the number of fields here is really dictated by that real location. The interesting thing I find about this map, though, is that you start off in New Farmer with quite a few fields. You start off with land area, farmland 17, 6, 18, 20, 19, 21, 2, 1, and crucially 26. Now 26 is a little bit of an odd one, and this is why I'm going to say that I recommend this map for New Farmer only. It has a £2.4 million price tag to get the main farm and the main area and lots of other parts of this map. Otherwise, you're left with sort of several fields with nowhere to really build a farm in the other modes. The other thing about this is the most expensive piece of land on this map is the outer area. So if you want anything outside of any of these fields or anything like that to expand out, you've got to spend 19 million on that. So you are very much restricted to the main farmlands without a whole load of money cheated in. So the biggest area is really expensive, and it kind of has these little bits dotted throughout. Now, these little lines and things here, we'll see if we can work out what these are when we have a ride around the map. But they are very much sort of little areas all dotted around the map. I don't know how much use they would be as bits of land to own, and therefore why you don't own the general land around it. So it's an odd map from the PDA point of view. I very much think this is a map that if you're looking to play the farm of Tom Pemberton, and want to have a go with that, yeah, come in New Farmer. You get a whole load of equipment. You get the farm set up for you, and it seems to play very well from that point of view. From a farm manager and a start from scratch point of view, I think it would be very hard to get started on this map. Now, cheapest area on the map is, in all fairness, very cheap. That would be Farmland 12 down here. That is only £16,296. So once you've got the main farm, you can very easily expand it. There are plenty of fields that are available. It is just this outer area here that you will find it very difficult to do anything in. I do wonder actually if this is where all the houses and things are. When I drove back from the shop, there were a lot of houses and things around here. So I'm wondering if it's not even worth buying this 19 million area, simply because it may already be taken up with stuff that you can't actually do anything with. Easiest way to find out, though, is to jump in the Land Rover and have a drive around. So let's get around the right door, start her up, and we're going to have a drive around. We'll start off with maybe trying to head back into the farmyard and have a look around there. Now, some of this, because it's based on a real map, is really tight, or a real area is really tight. I do like how tight the fences and things are coming around here. And while I haven't watched a huge amount of this series or of Tom Pemberton's on YouTube, I have seen enough to recognize the farm. And one thing I will say for this map is it's very accurate to the main farm, certainly. I immediately recognized this area and the yard driving in. So that is absolutely fantastic. I'm very, very impressed with that, and the attention to detail on that way. We do have a couple of interesting little errors and things around here, such as how close that has been set up. So that's got caught in the wall. Otherwise, I really like this yard. This yard is fantastic. It's nice and open. It's a good. It's not just a faithful recreation. It's also a very good playable area, I think. I think you'll have fun maneuvering that around in here. That dolly trailer. But there is, you know, it's a very playable yard, and I think that's what's attracted a lot of people to wanting this map and seeing this map. It works well. To have the dairy right next to the farm, of course, is great. Means to transport your milk, you won't have to go very far. And as a result, I would possibly recommend getting a mod on here to replace this trailer. Something that's a little more maneuverable and a little bit easier to get your milk from the farm through. Now, you do start on Farm Manager with a lot of cows on here. The starting number of cows you have in your pastures are 50 Limousin and 50 Angus in the cow pasture, and then 120 Holsteins in the other cow pasture. You also, as you can see, get a lot of pastures on here. These are all sellable, I believe, from the description in on the mod hub. So yeah, if you want to clear these out and put your own ones in, you absolutely can. It is also loaded with a huge amount of hay in the fields. The listing says this is to simulate being able to eat the grass, to eat the meadow, which is fantastic. Looks like you start with a massive amount of slurry as well. So yeah, it's a really, really nice starting setup on here for these. And I really quite like it. It works really well. Let's head back out onto the main road and have a look. Fields are just the other side there. Look to be decent sized to start with. We will have a look at some of these smaller ones later. But yeah, there are pastures everywhere on here. So I kind of fully expect that you'll be able to move your cows between various pastures if you want. We're going to head up the top here. I think I'm a little bit lost already on here. Yeah, I want to go and have a look at what this is right up the top of the map. So we've got a little something up this way. The detail on the houses and everything is pretty good. There are a lot of houses on this map, and I quite like that. Up here we have got what looks like a very small... Oh no, that is a sell point by the looks of things. Yep. And possibly chickens, maybe. Don't know, but we said, yeah, so we got a sell point up here. There are 6 sell points in total on this map, so quite a bit like that. I don't know if there's any productions built into it at all. I think that there's, with the number of houses and things on here, I'm kind of hoping there is. It would be really, really good to have that kind of level of production and built into the town around here. Would work really well. Right, we've got a road down this way that is barred by a gate and has Horriman on it, but does seem to just be a cut through to another road by the looks of things. Lots of grass fields and everything on here, which is good to see. Yeah, and this is where I come a little bit a crop on this map. I'm not sure that this is a purchasable area. If we have a look here, and I come here, so it is, and it is part of our farm. So yeah, there are large meadows here that we seem to have cows in, that are a little bit away, and then when we come to the other side of here and out of the farm, these are the areas that aren't purchasable. So there's the 2 fields to the north, but everything to the south of us now doesn't seem to be a purchasable area, and that's a little bit odd, especially when the BGA is up this way. So this is where the BGA is. It's quite a large one, and yeah, plenty of room to work around here. And yeah, I am going to keep referring to this map because we own this BGA as well. And this BGA actually is part of the main farmland. I think one of the changes I would have liked to have seen is to have this main farm broken up a little bit. It is a huge farm area, and I think it would make the map a little bit more playable in general, to be able to build up to that in smaller modes. So yeah, it's only a sort of a minor gripe, I think, but it's one I'd quite like to have seen. Yeah, you can't own the golf course, which is what that is. So this sort of meets my expectation of what that 19 million section is. You can't farm it. It's all stuff that is not available to be farmed, and that's why it is so expensive. We have another part of our farm here. In fact, we've got another cow shed and another yard, so we'll have a jump through here and have a look. And yeah, this is a very serviceable yard. We've got a JCB in here. Oh, we've got a little greenhouse in here that I believe is already ours. Let's have a quick pop in here. Yep, we have a few greenhouses. We've got a couple of greenhouses by the looks of it on the map. So those seem to be dotted around a little bit. I do like to see that, actually. I do like to see little bits like that, where we've got small productions like that dotted about already, and that is looking very nice. What we also have down here, of course, if I pull into the yard and go this way, are these small sort of plots of field. So we've got a building area here, so we own this. And that is quite nice. There's an area to actually put placeables and things down there. That is just a small area. And then, yeah, we've got these small fields here that are all fenced in and possibly good start fields. But again, there's nowhere really to put a farmyard if you start from scratch and go for these little fields. And they're all fairly fiddly to work, which is interesting. This is the thing. It is an interesting map from that point of view. And when you have a map that is based on a real life location like this, it really often does have these odd little bits like this down here. Yeah, I'm not sure how easy it would be to get a decent sized combine that you'd need to use on the rest of the map into those fields. So I'm intrigued. It's a map I think that I would possibly struggle to play, but that's because I'm not looking for the kind of play that this map offers is the thing. Let's come down here and we'll head this way. I will say the detail across so much of this map is very, very good. The creator, FS Landscaping, has taken time to go around this area where this map is set and properly get so much detail in and work it as best they can with the tools they've got in FarmSim. And I like that. I like that a lot. There's so many little areas and everything around this. It works really well. Now this area here to the south of us, let's have a look at this. So we're down here. Yeah, now this is where I've got questions. So we have ownership of none of this around here. We've just come over this bridge. The north is, I think, that way. Yeah, looking at the north is that way, which is where the houses are. So I'm not surprised that we can't own the houses. I am surprised we can't own this area to the south. This area here is not purchasable as far as I can tell. Well, it is as part of that 19 million. But this is what I would say about converting a DEM area. Is that this large meadow here might not be part of Tom Pemberton's farm, but this is somewhere where farms could be expanded. And I'm a little bit miffed about... Yeah, actually, do you know what? This is the odd thing. So what you own around here, these little blobs that you own, I believe are these houses. So you own the houses, but not any of the land around them. So I think that is probably my biggest issue with this, is that you can own so much of the map and automatically own so much of the map, but it doesn't seem to have been subdivided down a little bit. So if there was an update to this map, I think I'd like to see more farmlands open to it, and more ability to buy parts of the map and maybe open it up to different types of gameplay. I think that is a little bit missing on here. What we do have, though, which is fantastic, is some productions. In this example, we got San Giovanni Neapolitan Pizza. So we have got the pizzeria in here. This is... I think this must be just a sell point as opposed to a production. But that is good to see that we've got some of those in here. Very happy to see that. And I'm just hoping that there's some other productions and bits around here. I can see... So we've got pet fuel station here. That's good. We've got all sorts of stuff down in the town here. Oh, wow. Yeah, the walls are keeping me in. But I want to go and see what we've got down here, because it looks like we've got another production down this way. I'm guessing if we're able to create flour for the pizzeria, that we must have other stuff. There is a spinnery around here. Oh, we do have... Yeah, when I say attention to detail is great, we do have a few rough edges. Yes, there are a few rough edges on this map. It's really interesting. I think this map is very playable under a certain way, and it's very much worth it from that position. If you want to play the map that is Tom Pemberton's Farm Life on YouTube, then this map is great. It's got lots of good stuff in. I mean, we've got productions in, we've got the spinnery here, we've got lots of detail, we've got the most houses and and village setup that I've seen in a while, and they've done it in a great way because they are very uniform, yes, but that will save on file size. So it's probably the best way to do something like that, I think. What have we got down the bottom here? This is the shop, so this is where I picked things up. Again, nice attention to detail here in the shop. We've got lots of old equipment sort of to be scrapped here. The old lizard combine, the old lizard tractor. We've got, yeah, a truck, and yeah, I like this. There is a nice attention to detail from the map creator around this whole map. I think this, do you know what? I think this map could be a really, really amazing one with just a few updates to it. I think it would benefit from that. So I'm hoping that the map creator is looking at some of the videos like this and bits like this, and hopefully might make a few adjustments to it, because I think this would be a lovely map to play with just a few tweaks. But as I said, there is a huge amount of playability in it at the moment. I think it's a case of not making it playable, but expanding its playability. And I think with that, it just would be amazing. There are so many cow pastures and everything on this. I think that is really cool. I think the attention to detail for where it is and how it's based on is really cool. It is just a little bit of playability, and that's the thing. I really quite like it. I think it is a fantastic map. Let's pull into the dairy and we'll park in here. I mean, I love this. This is just fantastic at how far they've gone to make all of this work, and to match the place on which it's based, which is brilliant. So let's go and have a look at what is in the shop and what we already own, and that is this array of stuff. Now, I was losing money early on, and I'm wondering if we have some leased stuff. And we don't. So we've lost money through today. I'm guessing that's the upkeep of the cows and the upkeep of the buildings then, because this is yeah, there's no leased equipment at all. Right, small tractors. We have a Lintrack 130 with 0.3 hours on it. A Steyr 851 with 11,680 hours on it. And yeah, a second Steyr 8150 with the similar number of hours on it. Do like the fact that we have tractors with hours on it starting. In all fairness though, I would sell these quickly. That many hours you are going to find, yeah. And they both have, in fact, that one has a really low maintenance level on it, and that's down to 50. Yeah, I think replacing those two tractors as quickly as you could is a good idea. The telehandler, we've got a JCB. It's got no hours on it and is all repaired, so that's all good. We have two cars on here. You start up with the pickup 2017 and a Mahindra Retriever. Trailers, you get the Cramp Half Pipe HP 20. Slurry tanks, you get the Suten VT 130 along with its accompanying Spider SP 6834. Again, minimal hours on those. You get a GMD 4411 mower. An Anderson Pro Chop 150, a Lizard MKS 8 milk tanker, and a Kunare 142 feeding wagon. Again, no hours on those. Those are all new. You get the Flegel Noah TTW 140 animal transport, a Quickie Q3M loader, an Albert silage cutter and pallet fork for your front loader, And for the telehandler, you get the Madgin manure fork, universal bucket, 2 universal buckets, in fact, and the bale fork. So a good array of equipment, I think, definitely for doing cows. That is, and dairy. That is absolutely perfect. I just want to have a quick look, actually. You've got no tedder, you've got no baler, you've got no pickup. So I think there is a little bit of equipment you do need to buy for this. Also, as you start with a couple of fields up the top here, actually, I think they only have grass in them, don't they? Let's have a look. Grass. Yes. Okay. So the fields you start with, all the fields you start with have grass in them. So, yeah, I was thinking that maybe you might need a harvester, but no. You don't need a harvester, but you do need something to create hay, maybe to create silage. A forage wagon or a baler wouldn't go amiss, I think, to start off with. So there are a couple of bits of equipment that are missing, and I think you'll need to keep an eye on the early sales to maybe get those in. Unfortunately, selling those 2 styres is not going to get you a lot of money. So there's not much you can do there with those. So all in all, I think this map is a great map if you're looking to go and play a game on the map that is part of the Tom Pemberton Farm Life YouTube series. It's a great rendition of that area and of that farm. I recommend playing it in New Farmer. I think trying to start on here with the cost of the main farm and the out of area being around, well out of any reach, especially in the early game. You are going to be much better off playing New Farmer, and go give it a go if you want to have a go on that farm. However, I think it is a little bit rough around the edges. I think it could do with a couple of updates, maybe some subdivision of the farmland and making some of the other farmland easier to access. I think it would be an amazing map if those kind of updates were made, and I do hope that the map creator does make updates like that to this map, because I think it would be amazing if they did. Yeah, so it is available via the mod hub, has been available since last Thursday. Go check it out. And for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.